Hey guys, welcome back. So glad you're here. This is the cute little wreath we're doing today. Colors in the camper is pretty similar to one we've done in the past, but it's a different method. This one we're going to use the ring method. We're going to use these three colors. Cut our pipe cleaners in half so they're 6 inches. I'm just going to show one example of the bundle. If you want to see the full version of making this base, you can go to the video I'll link at the end and watch 7 different bases that I make. But just these are 10 by 10. They're 10-inch mesh, and then I cut them in 10-inch sections, and you can stack them the same way every time or different every time. I don't think it really matters once they're all on there. And here I put it on the outer section or the outer ring, and that was a mistake because it just wanted to spin around to the back. So put it on the third from the inside or the second from the outside. Put it on that, not that last ring. Learned that one the hard way. But here we're going to start finishing out this base, and we're going to use that camper from Dollar General, some ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and the base that we made in a previous video. Like I say, check that one out to see multiple ways. It's a great way to see different bases and different methods you can use. I cut my ribbon into 12-inch sections or 12-inch lengths because normally I do like 11, but this is a very deep wreath because it's 10-inch mesh cut or folded in half, so it's 5 inches tall. So I went ahead and just gave an extra inch. And then just dovetail all of the ribbons. And really, I'd mentioned this in the other video, these wreath bases I did are so pretty and so colorful. They don't need a whole lot to them. So on this one, I just added a sign and a few ribbons to kind of coordinate with the sign. Now, I had also talked about finding out mounting bases for the signs. I normally will just hot glue and duct tape the pipe cleaner to the back of the sign, but I'd seen people using these, so I went to Home Depot. They're in the zip tie section, and they come in a 10-pack or a 100-pack. I mean, the price difference is ridiculous. It's $2.97 for 10, or you can pay, I think it was 16 something for 100. So if you're going to make a lot of wreaths, get the big pack. If not, the small one will do. Here I wanted to show you one option for the hanger. I mean, I don't really like to leave hangers on wreaths because then it makes the sign look like it was just an add-on when really it needs to look like one cohesive piece. But I've seen people just use those curlies like that or put curlies on there if it didn't have a wire, and it's just another decorative piece. The point is to try to cover up the holes or not have holes, and if it's not something you're painting, you're not going to be able to match the paint typically, so you just have to do something to cover up or hide those holes. I started thinking, at a campsite, don't you always love to put lights around your camper and kind of line it, and it looks so homey and so fun at night? So I thought, why don't I put some bling? It'll cover up those little holes, and then I can just like line the top of the trailer with it, or the camper. So I end up taking those off altogether. So here's my bling and pearls. This is what I call phase 2 of organizing, where you have everything just kind of put together in like stuff and temporarily labeled. I very rarely make it to phase 3 where you put everything where you want it to live and permanently label it. But I'm perfectly happy with living in phase 2. I'm really rarely in phase 2. I'm usually in phase 1 where, oh my gosh, this place is a mess. But I am working on that. So I look around and think, do I want to use these little white ones that would look like just white lights across it? But then I thought, no, I want to use pink. But there wasn't enough little pink ones. So I checked out pink and purple, but that I didn't like that as well. So I went to a bigger pink one to see if I liked that. And so I put the bigger pink ones in the smaller ones, and I liked the bigger. And especially if you're going to be on a wreath, not everybody's going to be super close to it, so it's kind of good to have things overstated rather than understated. Don't take that out of context. There are definitely times you don't want overstated stuff on your wreath. And you all have seen those wreaths where you go, oh Lord, what were you thinking? So I thought after I put the lights on the top that the middle looked a little sad. So I went ahead and took some green bling and put that on the middle section, which I think turned out really cute. I mean, these colors are so awesome. I mean, the pink, the green, the yellow, and then it just brings in that camper perfectly. Love it. And then I just used a little tiny bit of super glue gel from Dollar Tree, and that's how I attached them. And hopefully they'll stay. I love that super glue gel, but I'm not really sure how well it lasts long term. I probably should test that before I sell something. Then on these little mounting bases, I just put a touch of that super glue gel on there. Man, now that I'm thinking about it, sure hope that lasts. Because I usually use E6000 or Gorilla Glue, Gorilla Hot Glue too. So maybe I'll keep this wreath around for a while and make sure it stays attached well. One thing I did check also is that's just double-sided tape on the side of those mounting bases, and my fear wasn't it sticking to the sign, it was the mounting tape sticking to the plastic base. But I tried taking it off and it's attached well. So I think the factory attaching there is going to be sufficient to keep it on. But I think I will keep this wreath around a little while just to kind of watch everything, since it's something new. And you guys know I have to add a hanger to it so that I can hang it up on my easel. Now I'm just going to add the ribbons to it. And like I said, those are 6-inch pipe cleaners, and I cut 7 ribbons. Usually things are best if they're in odd numbers. And they're best that way, but if it makes something awkward, then just go with an even number. I feel like sometimes people feel like, oh, I can't put 6, but yes, you can. Just kind of read your project and see what's best for it. And then, like I said, I made these a little longer than normal at the 12 inches because I do like to take that all the way back to the wreath frame and attach it with the pipe cleaner. And 11 is just a little bit short with this wreath. Putting in the last one here, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a like, and if you want to see how it's made, how the base was made, just check out this next video. Thanks so much, and we'll catch you on the next one.